Fight School, founded by Alexander Shlemenko.
180 сантиметров, вес 70,7 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 7 побед, 2 поражения и его стиль ударная техника. Из города Нокат, Кыргызстан, приветствуйте, Жоробек Тешебаев. Его соперник в красном углу, бойцу 27 лет. Рост 170 сантиметров, вес 70,75 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 9 побед, 3 поражения и его стиль ММА. Дамы и господа, из Тюмени, Россия, вот он, Михаил Балакирев. Рефери поединка Лукаш Басацкий.
Lukasz Basacki is the referee in charge of this bout.
Here is the tail of the tape. We see that Жоробек is a little bit taller, has a longer reach. So this is the very first fight of the evening. Жоробек Тешебаев versus Mihhail Balakirев. Mikhail uses the southpaw stance, starting with a stomp.
Teshebbaev moves a lot, but without any punches.
Well,
so far.
just like you said, that he likes to circle around, he likes to move, he wants to show his footwork. And so far, the fighters are not in a rush, just examining each other, screening each other. And a good leg kick from Mikhail with the leading leg. Oh, nice left hand from Mikhail. And from the first seconds, we see that both fighters are ready to produce some good power shots.
Teshebbaev tries to use the distance. Nice exchange at the center. Left hook by Balakirев.
And Teshebbaev uses a proper Muay Thai clinch, by the way. Look at this.
At the fence. Working here.
Good knee by grabbing the neck of the opponent from Teshebbaev. And this is the classical Muay Thai clinch, by the way, and Mihhail Balakirев tries to struggle. Nice knee again and again, but oh, good elbow, sharp elbow, and Mihhail Balakirев needed to do something about that, and so actually he did. He shortened the distance and he grabbed the opponent, trying to immobilize him, trying to tie him up, and a nice knee to the hip from Teshebbaev again. Oh, it's a good one. That's quite painful, I think.
Yeah, Teshebbaev tries to respond on every single hit he takes from Balakirев.
That's for sure, because Mikhail does not want to lose a single episode in this fight, in this particular clinch. And we see a very nice job from Teshebbaev and another big knee to the body from fighter from Kyrgyzstan. And a good defense. Mihhail Balakirев tries to cover himself up, and he does it properly. None of the shots landed from Teshebbaev, actually. Oh, good connection with the right hand.
Nice combination. Another one by Mihhail Balakirев, and working in the clinch.
And we see that Жоробек Тешебаев has a good advantage in clinching, in Muay Thai clinch, I mean, when he's grabbing his opponent's neck and trying to use sharp knees to the body and to the head. And Mihhail Balakirев, I think that he does not have enough skills to struggle it, to defend from it. And a nice knee to the body, clean shot to the body from Teshebbaev.
And actually Balakirев is shorter, and this plays a factor here in the clinch.
Yeah, because it is a well-known fact that the fighter that has a longer reach, that is taller, always has a slight advantage in Muay Thai clinch, because he's pushing his opponent. Oh, nice again, and a good exchange, by the way, another knee. Several uppercuts, power shots from Mihhail Balakirев with the right hand.
Teshebbaev still working in the clinch, but he took one severe punch. 1.5 to go.
Oh, look at this. Some kind of a karate kick, or maybe it was a kick from capoeira or something like that. But Mihhail Balakirев made a mistake, and now he's on his back, defending himself. Guard is closed.
Interesting fact that the famous UFC fighter David Ramos is playing a second coach of Жоробек Тешебаев, and right now he's saying something to the first coach to translate his fighter.
Teshebbaev tries to stay busy in this position, delivering good shots to the body and to the head, using combinations, and so far Mikhail Balakiref is just defending himself. And we see that Teshebbaev tries to push the opponent's head away with his forearms in order to create some distance to shoot, to produce some good power shots and to gain points. And so far, I think that according to this position and to the way of the fight, to the way of the round, I think that Жоробек Тешебаев can get the round under his belt.
No doubt about that. He's taking the round, controlling here in the guard, trying to hit, working on the body and on the face.
And we hear the hammer, 10 seconds to go in the first round, and a nice elbow and a good shot again from Жоробек Тешебаев. And that's it for now, the time expired. I'm trying to hear what David Ramos is saying now to Жоробек Тешебаев, and I wonder the language he speaks. Well, as far as I could hear, he said that Жоробек Тешебаев needs to change the levels of his attacks, using the body shots, using the head shots, and not to follow only single shots, but try to use the combinations. So I think that is exactly what Жоробек Тешебаев was trying to do, especially staying in clinch. So let's see, this is the round number 2.
The fight goes on. Balakiref has to be consistent with the fundamental.
Another stomp attempt from Mikhail, but not good enough, because this distance so far is too long to do that.
Nice connection by Balakiref.
Here comes an exchange, and here comes the cuts. As far as I could see.
Good exchange.
Oh, look at this. Look at this dogfight, and I think that Mikhail Balakiref also has a cut or has a slight damage on his face. The blood is coming out. Oh, perfect elbow and a nice uppercut from the right by Жоробек Тешебаев. And look at this exchange. Oh my goodness.
Changing the position.
There is a lot of blood on both faces of the fighters.
But
And
they continue.
And here we see a Muay Thai fight during this bout, and double leg takedown attempt from Жоробек Тешебаев, and nicely done. And Kyrgyzstan fighter gets the control of the back and a good connection with the left hand again. And I think that Mikhail Balakiref is in big trouble, because he needs to defend himself. He covers himself up, and we hear the corner that is yelling to him that he needs to stand up to get back on his feet.
Right, he has to be active, he has to give something back.
Otherwise, Lukasz Besacki will have nothing to do but just to stop this beating, to stop this punishment. And Teshebbaev tries to put the hook inside, a nice counter move from Mikhail Balakiref. He tries to respond, and they are on their feet. Good connection with the right, and look at these knees, just destroying, destructive knees from Teshebbaev.
Very sharp fighter. Жоробек Тешебаев controlling how the fight goes.
Oh, what a mistake from Teshebbaev, and now Balakiref is on top in the full mount position, and that is his time for now to have his little revenge after all these shots he ate. And a good control of the back from Mikhail Balakiref. He tries to put the hooks inside, but Teshebbaev wants to scramble, and actually he does it, but not good enough. He's still on his back, and here is the side control from Mikhail Balakiref.
Teshebbaev tries to control him, tries to defend himself on the back, being on the back. Well, he definitely worked with David Ramos. As we can see, he understands how to use his grappling technique to defend him, but as we can see, Balakiref takes the mount control here.
That's a very good thing. It was a good thing, and a nice scramble Excellent sweep from Жоробек Тешебаев, and now Mikhail Balakiref is on his back, defending himself, trying to cover up, trying to avoid these shots. And we see that he has a cut on his left eyebrow. Balakiref tries to cuddle his opponent, tries to shorten the distance, to come up a little bit closer.
And he tries to make it bigger. I mean, the cut working on the left, on the left eyebrow here.
Well, I think that the doctors should come into the cage during the break and to examine Mikhail Balakirev's damage, and especially his eyebrow, because, well, it's not good. Definitely, it's not good, and maybe the fight even can be stopped if the doctor will say that. And 1 minute to go, and believe me, this minute will seem like an eternity for Mikhail Balakiref, who is defending himself right now.
Yeah. Teshebаев was in a dangerous position, but right now he controls his opponent here in the guard, working with some hammer fists.
And an elbow attack from Teshebаев. Well, I think that Жоробек Тешебаев now took a slight pause in order to have some rest, and then he will be ready to engage. That is exactly what he does now. Good body shots from Teshebаев, and he continues ruining his opponent's face. Oh, that was good.
So far, we see the fatigue playing a factor in the second round.
Exactly, because it's really hard to defend yourself like this, staying in this particular position, having all these shots, because we all do know that you start to guess out when you get beaten and when you miss the shots. And I'm looking at Jorobek's face, and we see that there is a cut too. And as far as I could see, that Mikhail Balakiref could barely stand on his feet because he's really exhausted.
And Жоробек Тешебаев seems a little bit fresher.
Yeah, because practically the most part of the round he actually was on attack. He was on top. He dominated, but it was time when Mikhail Balakiref had a very good chance to turn the way of the fight.
Look at that.
Perfect connection from Жоробек. And maybe this one caused a cut. That shot from the left.
Some hammer fist produced by Жоробек Тешебаев.
And as far as I can see, that Mikhail Balakiref is so tired. But he has to get up and to continue fighting. He is a real warrior.
And there is no true despair without hope. Well, definitely nothing is set in stone yet. So let's see how it plays out for them.
Good sportsmanship here. And so we continue round number 3. Well, I can't but agree that Teshebаев looks much more fresher than his opponent. Good connection with an elbow and with a knee. And another one.
And the knee right to the face.
Look at this beating from Teshebаев, and another connection. Perfect shot from Жоробек Тешебаев, and down goes Mikhail Balakiref because this was the only way for him to survive, to escape. But Teshebаев again is in control. He is on top, and everything comes back to the thing that we saw in the previous round, to the position when Жоробек Тешебаев was on top, and he was punishing his opponent during the whole round.
Well, definitely Mikhail Balakiref survived this moment, but he is still in a dangerous position, being on the back, has to cover himself up, has to tie up his opponent here, and still losing the very dangerous moment for him.
Yeah, I think that he needs to use the cage to get up, because he's not far from the fence, so I think that he can do it, but I'm not sure that he has enough powers to put it to life. Oh, that's a good connection with the left hand by Teshebаев. And another one. Teshebаев places one shot after another straight to the face of his opponent, but still Balakirев is in the game, but I'm not sure that is going to last for long.
He's not taking the hand of his opponent.
And Lukasz Basatsky is ready to stop the fight. He's ready to interrupt this beating, and he warns Mikhail Balakirев that he needs to stay active during the defense.
Right now, definitely Balakirев tries to, but the fatigue is here.
Yeah, it's on him.
Severe elbows right to the face by
Vicious shots.
Teshebаев.
Жоробек is dominating during this round, gaining points and doing damage to his opponent. But just like we said, Mikhail Balakirев is a real warrior. And you know what? That in Storm Fight School, founded by Alexander Shlemenko, they never tap out. If you get to the submission, you will sleep. If you get knocked out, that's okay, but they never tap out. That's the rule, that's the main rule of the Storm Fight School, and Alexander Shlemenko never tapped out, and Andrei Koreshkov never did this.
Teshebаев right now tried to switch off the hand and produce some punches right to the body. Nicely done by Жоробек Тешебаев.
Well, he's doing everything right, and I think that he's doing everything to finish the opponent, to make him to give up, but
he's very close to that.
Exactly, and I think that this fight can be stopped by Lukasz Basatsky if Mikhail Balakirев will have these shots on his head more and more. But so far, he's able to defend himself. He tries to tie the opponent up. Oh, look at this. Look at this power shots to the body that actually can do a lot of damage to the ribs. They can break him easily. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's hard.
That's kind of Khabib style here right now, producing power shots on the body, working on the face.
And the pressure,
Yeah.
unstoppable pressure. Every second, every single second you pressurize your opponent, beating him, torturing him, so to say.
Devastating him.
And a good elbow again from Teshebаев.
He's dismantling his opponent's face and body.
And he wanted to submit the opponent due to a hand lock, due to an arm lock, but it never worked so far, but still. So far, we don't have any doubts about the potential winner of this fight on points. But of course, Жоробек Тешебаев wants to make it, wants to finish the opponent and make him tap or make Lukasz Basatsky to stop the fight. But Mikhail Balakirев is a really tough guy to beat. It's really hard to make him tap or to give up, to knock him out. But maybe this is the moment. No, not yet. 10 seconds to go.
Working sharp, last 10 seconds. Жоробек Тешебаев makes a statement here.
And that's it. Time expires. We hear the signal, and that means the only one thing, that Жоробек Tешебаев, despite of the damage he has on his face, despite of these cuts. Look at this split, by the way. But unfortunately, we never seen him kicking in this fight. Well, according to this, these skills and abilities, I think that he's able to do that, and especially seeing him being so dangerous during the Muay Thai clinch. Well,
but without those kicks, he still put on a clinic tonight.
Exactly. And we see the big disappointment on Mikhail Balakirev's face. Well, we can understand why it is so, because he realizes that he lost this battle. So let's hear it from Alexander Zagorsky.
Дамы и господа, по завершении боя единогласным решением судей победу одержал Жоробек Тешебаев,
So congrats,
Кыргызстан.
Жоробек
И
Тешебаев,
аплодисменты
who
его
put on a
сопернику
masterpiece tonight,
Михаилу Балакиреву.
dismantled his opponent.